Hello, good evening, everyone. And today, this is the fourth interview of the series on second innings, where the objective of this podcast was to get or tap into the minds of the people who have successfully transitioned from one career path to another, and and also to understand what kinds of decisions we need to make, what has to be thought about before you make such a shift, because shifting careers is a journey, in my opinion, and it need not, it may be a point in time decision, but the process is needs to be longer because we'll have to look at many other factors also. And so today on this interview, I have Veena BK. She's a healer and a life coach for moms, especially, and she's also an expert sound healer and also NLP practitioner and eye hypnosis practitioner. So, Veena ji, welcome. And
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kavita. I'm so
yeah,
honored to be here on your podcast and interview. Thank you so
thank you.
much.
And Veena, for the viewers, is the healer in her second innings, healer and life coach in her second innings. But in her previous avatar, she was a banker. So she's an ex-banker. And so we would like to know about this journey of yours. If you could briefly explain how your career path has been and what has brought you here.
Sure. Sure. If I look at the flashback, I was a young girl, got married, and went. I'm from Bangalore, Bengaluru, and I went 600 kilometers away to a small town where my husband was working in a bank. So initially, I thought, Kavita, I'll never opt for a career. Really, I never knew that everything like just happened one by one. So for the first 5 years, I was a homemaker, typical homemaker, but my learning never stopped. Like I did my post graduation as an external student. I was an voracious reader. Then my
Mm-hmm.
son was born. Then something hit me like I don't want to be in between these four walls. I want to go out and work. So then my husband, because he was a banker, he suggested, okay, take up the competitive exams. I gave myself 1 year time
Mm-hmm.
with my one small child. I came back to Bangalore to my parents' house. They, of course, support is needed for all career oriented ladies. And my parents supported me. I took various exams and it clicked, and I went into State Bank of India. The career was very, very beautiful in the beginning. But to honestly share, I was very happy in my job till EMI started. As
Mm-hmm.
you know, all bank officers, employees, we get housing loan at attractive rates of interest. My first major loan was housing loan, which I took as a staff loan. Then
Mm-hmm.
I thought, am I working for EMIs? All employees would relate to this. Whoever is in a corporate career, normally we are assured of our income and we tie up with EMIs. And I started feeling, am I a EMI paying machine? That dissatisfaction, that seed was started in 2003. I remember very vividly, because then I started calculating how much will go for EMI, and that is how my journey began. 1995, I joined the job. Initial years was very beautiful. I took promotion. I joined the officer's cadre. So this was my beginning, Kavita.
Wow. That's nice. And so, how long were you in this banker avatar?
Yeah. So totally 22 years I served in the bank, and as everyone knows, it's a transferable job, and we have
Mm-hmm.
seen different places. Both me and my husbands are again bankers. Both of us seeing different places in Karnataka and India also. I
Mm-hmm.
remember one phase, like as mothers, I'm a coach for moms, so you all will relate how we have to manage everything at a time, family, kids, our tensions and demands of career will also be there. So we'll be taking it all parallelly and we want to succeed everywhere. At one stage, my son was in fourth standard, but then I was posted like 1 year would be I would be traveling all over India, not just one place. Every 2 3 months, one different branch, different place, different trainings. So that was my training period. So then my husband was in Tamil Nadu. Even he was posted from bank to other state. So we could not shift my son anywhere. Like he could not continue schooling with us. So we had to admit him into a residential school. So 2 years he was there while we completed our nomadic stint. Then
Mm-hmm.
all. came together. So totally 22 years I was in SBI. I reached up to manager level. I was
Mm-hmm.
about to get the next promotion, but honestly, no regrets. No regrets. So I reached a particular stage. I achieved a lot of promotions, recognitions in the bank. I really, that job satisfaction was there, Kavita, because whatever I wanted to do, it was a competitive environment where you have to prove yourself. And I got a lot of accolades, lot of awards in the bank: best trainee, best employee. I used to achieve my targets. My bosses used to really encourage and support, and they gave a lot of appreciation. And to this day, I fondly remember colleagues are more than just colleagues, right? They become like a
Yeah,
family. So that feeling of having friends all around you, not just colleagues, we become a family. Though this job was of transferable nature, wherever I went, I made friends, not just colleagues, even customers. They used to call me home. Banking is people oriented
correct.
career. So always talking to people, and our 8-10 hours we spend every day there. So if you are glum faced and serious, you as a person you'll become like that. So I
Yeah,
made the most of it. Whenever people came, I talk a lot. I was not like this actually. It surprises me also. Till my college days, I was an introvert, very reserved. But then maybe the banking career made me as a person, as a individual. I really bloomed. My whole personality changed because I met people. I got experiences of different places, different cultures. So that way, I'm very thankful to God and my bank, which enriched my life in this way. So total 22 years, Kavita.
that's nice. And what were the reasons that made this shift from banking to healer? Like,
Yeah. Good question. So I already gave you a hint, like
yeah,
that satisfaction started to reduce when I thought I'm working for money. Like it became a compulsion. It was no
mm-hmm.
longer a choice.
Choice.
And mainly, I can say as a mother, it was tough to balance my role as a mother because I had to be available for my son. Small incidents added up all that bitterness in me. It was my
Mm-hmm.
son's 10th standard exams. Even now, parents tell me, not just moms, even dads, they take leave, they take their child to the school. But I could only drop him on the first day of exams. After that, I didn't have time for him because my branch was going through an audit. So always it was, I honestly tell everyone, like as long as I was in the bank, it was always career first.
Mm-hmm.
Career not just for what it gives me, the roles or the designation, but I was duty bound. So mother's role, even self role as a wife, social commitments, everything took backseat. I was so committed to my job, and the demands were like that. Back then, core banking transition was happening. Like, I want to help people. This helping nature, now I call myself a coach. That designation is there, healer is there. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe that helping persons, it used to pain me if some client was not getting the service, timely service, or some problems happened. Of course, in general, public may have some complaints against the bank, but believe me, 80-90% of the employees are doing their best. An
Mm-hmm.
incident here or there makes people think, bank employees don't care. But really, we are all burdened by the work and we give our best. So that way, these small dissatisfactions added up. And one of the branch, I had a very tough experience. I was traveling, it was a rural branch, and non-supportive bosses and lot of politics. I was fed up at the time. I remember, Kavita, I have to share this for anyone, struggling in their career. It was not a momentary decision. That is why I'm
Mm-hmm.
sharing all this. It was not that one fine day I thought enough, छोड़ देती हूँ, ऐसा नहीं हुआ. Back in many years ago, even before I quit the bank, one day me and my mom were sitting in a temple. It was a Shiva temple. I remember that as if I'm seeing a movie right now. I told her, Amma, I don't want to go to bank tomorrow. It's very tough, and I'll resign. I told her. She said, Veena, money is not everything. Somehow you can repay all the loans. Your life, your happiness is important. It's okay, you can quit. Like she approved of it. I spoke to her, I cried. Then we came back home. Then I decided every day I has to tell, today is the last day of my bank. I will resign. I used to tell every day, and then evening come back again, go back the next day. This happened. It was a phase, Kavita. It was a difficult phase. So all these problems, it created that sense that I don't want to be in this bank for a long time. I want to do something which makes me happy. And then thankfully after that phase, again everything normalized. I started to have good work environment. But then these things remained in my mind that anybody or anything should not make me desperate to stick on in spite of my unhappiness. I wanted to have a choice. I wanted to
Correct.
choose what I want. So from then on, all this added up. But in 2011, 2010, 2010, 11, I started thinking, no, no, enough. अब सब कुछ मिल गया बैंक से. We join our job for some needs of ours,
Correct.
to fulfill our necessities, what we want in life, to have that social standing. All that I
Hmm.
had got. But 2010, I'm a banker, so सब कुछ calculations से चलता है. एक एक्सेल फाइल बनाया. अभी क्विट करूंगी तो मॉनेटरी टर्म्स में what are the expenses and how I can manage. If I quit after 5 years, that is after 2015, I would have got pension. तो पेंशन मिलने के बाद क्विट करूंगी तो लोन का बैलेंस कितना रहेगा, हाउ आई कैन मैनेज. If I quit on superannuation, which is I'll have to be 60 years, even today I would have been in the bank. So then 60 years में क्विट करेंगे तो और ज़्यादा पैसा मिलेगा, ज़्यादा कुछ कुछ मिलेगा. Then how will it be? I calculated. And this is funny, but I'll share it because this is second innings wala session hai. My peace of mind, okay, how much does it quantify in terms of money? I had made some rough calculation according to my understanding. So if I quit now, how much peace of mind I'll have in terms of money? If I quit 5 years later, if I quit 60 years later, then what about my health? What about the tension, everyday basis tension hota hai bank job mein, usko kaise quantify kare monetary terms mein? आई
True.
फाउंड आउट, शायद कहीं होगा वो एक्सेल फाइल, फिर से देखा नहीं. बट दैट डे आई गॉट ए क्लियर डिसीजन. वीना, डोंट क्विट नाउ. लॉट ऑफ कमिटमेंट्स आर स्टिल देयर, यू आर स्टिल पेइंग ईएमआईज. एंड वो
Hmm.
पेंशन आना बंद हो जाएगा, विच यू हैव
Hmm.
टू क्वालिफाई बाई वर्किंग 5 more years. वो नहीं मिलेगा इफ यू क्विट नाउ. Whereas if you quit at 60 years, maybe your unhappiness will keep on increasing and you don't wait till 60. So it was a clear decision. Wait for 5 years
5
and quit.
years.
So the decision was made then. That's how I waited for 5 years. I made my finances, intact, like how it will satisfy me in future. Future का भी plan बनाना है ना. Notice period 3 महीने का होता है बैंक में. But in 3 months you will not even get an idea what to do. So I actually planned like that. And even many of my colleagues, after my quitting, they came and told me, "Oh, ma'am, very good. You took a good decision. Even I want to quit the bank." Many youngsters started and talking to me, coming and talking to me. I told them retirement should be a very conscious decision. Go and talk to your family, sit with them, and see your finances, your stage in life. Where are your children? What about their education, their expenses? Consider all these things and then take a decision to quit. Seeing me, if you are inspired, you will quit, then you will face the difficulties. So don't
Correct.
follow anyone's advice. Don't even listen to me. Take your individual decision. What do you think, Kavita?
That's perfect in the sense
Mm.
that it is so very important. Like, even if I don't know, I'll be asking you whether you had already started on your journey for being a coach, or you had just wanted to retire at that point of time and then later on took the decision. We'll come to that.
Yeah.
But yes, the approach was very methodical, and I feel ki many a times in that stress and in that irritation, frustration, people tend to make this very haphazard decisions ki bus or nahi, and then we'll just leave and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So then that becomes not only for yourself, but it becomes challenging for your family also, because there are so
Yes.
many responsibilities also attached to the roles that we play. So that is such a nice thing, nice message that you have given, that make decisions consciously, keeping your future in mind also. So,
Yes.
so my next question would be, the coaching, the healer, that journey, was it on before when you were in the bank for your personal thing,
No.
or you started everything afterwards?
Absolutely, I
So
didn't
how
have
did
any
that
idea.
start? How did
Yeah,
that
I'll
start?
tell you. So there was a transition period. I want to highlight two more factors. I'd given the notice. I was serving the notice period of 3 months. Then again, journaling, I do a lot. I did a lot. So then I made a picture. Okay, after retirement, how will my life be? One major question came up. Will people respect me the way they are doing now? Are they respecting Veena or are they respecting banker Veena? Are
Hmm.
they seeing me with as banker Veena or a person? Will my family respect me? Will my dignity be intact?
Hmm.
As a contributor to the family financially, I was contributing. I told you we built a house with the loan and a lot of financial commitments I took upon, and I was a contributor to the family. So I suddenly had all these doubts, Kavita, whether people will respect me. Will I become nobody after quitting my career? I'm highlighting this because many career persons who are thinking of quitting may get these facts, like how will others perceive me. So then I thought, okay, देखा जाएगा, कुछ भी आइडिया नहीं था. I have taken a decision because this is what gives me happiness, and I want to be back in my hometown again. This nomadic life, enough of that. Let me take care of my family. My responsibilities have come to a certain level. Financially, I can handle. I felt secure. All that decision making process happened. At the fag end, also had this conflicts which I resolved. I got a certain final decision and I stood by it and I came out of the bank. And one more fact I want to highlight, my career was going very good. सबको किसी को पता नहीं था कि मैं छोड़ने वाली हूँ, यानी आई वॉज थिंकिंग ऑफ इट. बट सम acquaintances, even my colleagues, they were surprised. How she can quit? Are you going to other bank? What will you do after quitting? Lot of questions I had to face. You suddenly become answerable to everybody because it seemed like a drastic decision, and people doubted, like, why will anyone quit such a job in a banker as a bank manager? So that question mark was always there. I could not answer the questions. Finally, I wrote a blog, like I made a one Q&A, like, someone is asking me questions and I'm replying, because I used to say there are 1,000 reasons why I quit. There is no one particular reason. And कोई पूछते थे तब, initially when I quit, I started writing, penning poems. All my hobbies, creative side came out after quitting. Then I couldn't answer the people. Then I thought, कोई भी पूछता है तो I'll send them this link, let them read and understand my thought behind retirement, voluntary retirement, to quitting my job. So a certain stage I wanted to reach, I reached. It had given me the satisfaction. I have immense gratitude to my bank, but I was not fitting in there. I wanted to do much more, something else. I didn't know what. I was clueless, to answer your questions. In fact, some people also thought, which came to me as news from somewhere, वो बैंक ने ही इसको निकाल दिया होगा, कुछ लफड़ा किया होगा बैंक में. All that I had to face, imagine. But anyway, I was very, very happy the moment I quit the bank. One of my colleagues in my leaving farewell party, he said, ma'am is leaving to find her higher purpose. I thought, what is he saying? मुझे ही पता नहीं किस लिए छोड़ रही हूँ. I mean, छोड़ के क्या करने वाली हूँ. And the young fellow, he said that. I said, okay, fine. I didn't have any clue. But again, when we go to the flashback, everything will connect. Me and my son, in a particular, we were posted in a smaller city, not a big city. One personality development session happened for teenagers. I took my son for that. For his sake, I also just accompanied him. And there I was very inspired by the speaker. I made notes. And before that, also, I was reading self growth, self development books. And I was into meditation, spirituality. It was very attractive to me. Since the past 25 years, I've been doing meditation. I went to Vipassana retreats, and I'm naturally drawn to spirituality and this self growth. That I think that meeting where I went, that event, it was a one whole day event. Evening I came, I have that diary written. वो 2008-9 का है वो डायरी. उस पे ईयर भी है. उसमें लिखा है, आई वॉन्ट टू बिकम ए ट्रेनर, आई वॉन्ट टू डू समथिंग, आई वॉन्ट टू बी ट्रेन्ड बाई इंटरनेशनल ट्रेनर्स, एंड आफ्टर बैंक व्हाट क्वेश्चन मार्क, उसके नीचे ये सब है. By then it had started now that I wanted to quit the
Yeah.
bank. After bank what, question mark, below that all this I have written. फिर मैं भूल गई. I have not given a serious thought to it. So after quitting the bank, Again, one mishap happened. I met with an accident. I was riding my two wheeler and I fell down and I had a major fracture. And I
Mm-hmm.
was bedridden for almost 1 year. I could not even walk.
Oh.
So then, when a person becomes very desperate, na, I think doors open, windows or doors God will open. ऐसा बोलते हैं ना. So one day I was scrolling Facebook, this sound healing, Nada Yoga, some event was there. I thought, okay, let me go because I am feeling so emotionally low because of all this. And I just went there, and that opened up a big world to me. I thought, why not? This is so beautiful. And my mentor, he invited me, get certified in this, you can heal others.
Mm.
Then वहाँ पे एक affirmation बोलते थे, I am a healer. First affirmation is to laugh. No, 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 I don't want to heal anyone. I have come to heal myself and maximum my family. But destiny, it was pre-written, I think. So he invited, do the certified course. Then for 15 months I enrolled with him. Then he connected me with other mentors. I did not even know about Zoom call, kya karna hai, kaisa karna hai. And today I'm proud to say I learned everything technology. मैं online coach हूँ ना, तो I do everything online. I built my own website. Everything I learned. Always I remember my bank basics. I had learned in the bank all the Microsoft Office, PPT, email. वो सभी we were conversant
Mm-hmm.
like in the bank. Upon that, like that was the foundation. I built all my technical skills, and my mentors have been guiding me. And again, how it started, that seed also I'll tell you. My this spiritual mentor, Dr. M.V. Priyank, I remember him with gratitude. He's the one who certified me as a sound healer, and he has taught me many, many healing therapies. A wonderful person. He,
Mm-hmm.
his wife, his mom, his whole family, thanks to them. So one day he said, "See, you have paid some. I paid a big amount for the 15 days." He told in our group, though you all have invested so much, still I'll be giving you much more learnings and healing therapies. For this, what you have paid, I'm giving you much more. Usually in healing, there should be a energy exchange. That's what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, please do some seva to someone,
Mm-hmm.
do some voluntary seva, so that so that balance would be there. Then I thought, what seva I will do? In Bangalore, there is one Gurudwara. Then
Mm-hmm.
I called the Gurudwara people. Okay, मैं आके कुछ किचन में काम कर सकती हूँ. They said हमारे पास आदमी है नहीं चाहिए अभी. Okay, thank you. Then my fellow trainee who was in the same with the same guru, Dr. Priyank, I was talking to him. He said, Veena, you know painting. By then I had joined art classes. जो भी चाहिए कर रही थी सब कुछ, all hobbies for which I didn't have time. Chocolate making, candle making, reading books,
Mm-hmm.
going to Vipassana. I had a list which I was ticking off. Okay, I did this, I did that. So he said, anyway, you have learned painting. So why don't you take art classes for children? Do it like a seva. Don't charge. So one fine day, I called children to my home. I gave them colors, paper, and taught them. It was a very enjoyable activity. Then, because I saw the struggles of my son during his teenage, younger years. Okay, children need that guidance. They need inputs for memory, focus, concentration, and this sound healing also will help in that. I started doing half a day workshop for children. 3 hours वर्कशॉप उनको स्नैक्स भी दे दो सब कुछ दे दो आई वॉज अंडर ए लॉस आई डेंट माइंड एट ऑल ओके चिल्ड्रन को कुछ मिल रहा है पेरेंट्स आर ब्रिंगिंग द चिल्ड्रन दे आर लिविंग द चिल्ड्रन विथ मी इनिशियली 2-3 सेशंस आई डिड इन माई हाउस then I started hiring halls and started for children. Then I understood, okay, children ka 30% issues hota hai. Why not guide the parents? Because ultimately parents can encourage the child to listen to them to get the good behavior. So I started as a parenting coach. Exactly by then COVID had come. I had met 3-4
Okay.
best of the best mentors. I got trained in all these technical issues. By then I was visiting some schools and talking to teachers and children. By then, when this pandemic came, I was ready. So that is how I started as a parenting coach, Kavita. That was my
Mm-hmm.
journey from career to the new career, second innings.
Oh, that's like a
Am
very
I talking too
conscious.
much? Is it
No, no,
okay?
no, 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 no. You're
It's
covering
all
pretty much.
coming back like a flashback, when you
No,
are asking such good
we
questions.
need these huge perspectives, like, the
Yeah.
planning, and then what all you have done, how.
Yeah.
And even I feel your healing or the coach journey, it is that itself has been a journey for yourself
True.
also, right? It must be,
Exactly.
it is a transition from a sound healer to then becoming,
Yes.
doing it for the children. Then you're thinking that
Yes.
you have to do it for the mothers, and then,
Correct.
I feel it's like it's happening in
One thing is
steps.
leading to the other, step by step.
Yeah.
True.
And so in all this, like, many a times we say, right, uh, what were the things that you, or what were the qualities or anything that you had learned from the previous job that were helping you in this new thing, or it was totally a new journey for you?
That was more transactional. I had to abide by what bank says. कुछ भी उधर हुआ तो you know how it is in the bank. Everything is systematic. Here, flexible working hours, of course. I am my own boss, and to tell you honestly, yesterday also I was telling my son is in a job. So I said, Ashu, even if you change job, this his name is Ashish, by the way. So these things will be there, demands, deadlines, pressures will be there. If you become an entrepreneur, you'll be working more, but you'll be more happy. This is my experience. Work कभी कम नहीं होगा. You feel like working. You feel like doing things more and more because it gives you joy. This is inbuilt. You're not working for anyone. What helped me from my earlier career is customer service. I was always good at it there. Mistake भी करो तो sorry बोलो ना. Like that was inbuilt. All in all our trainings, they actually train us. This is for general public. How much ever you complain about bank employees, some are like that. I accept, but generally our training institutions train us so well to give the best service, and many of us are doing our best, so we understand the customer's frustration because money is involved and all that. So my money calculations, I know all the balance sheet reading, accounting part, this is the major block for some entrepreneurs, coaches. When I discuss with others, they don't know their numbers, they don't know how to analyze even pricing. Sometimes they ask me how much should I price. So all these calculations, numbers side is very easy for me. That's the plus point. Then customer service, like I said, and multitasking and taking the pressure. अगर किसी और के लिए करके इतना कर सकती तो खुद के लिए, good planning strategy, all that it is inbuilt. That is why I'm so thankful to my bank. Organizational skills, people skills, skills as a leader, all that bank has given me.
Yeah,
So
and
that
I
way it
also
has helped.
feel, the ability to communicate with strangers, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, that
somebody
is
whom you don't know,
natural
that
now.
is, that
That
must
is
have
natural.
that must have helped
Yeah,
you really well
yeah, yeah,
in this journey as well.
true.
Do you want to tap and find, or tell me rather, what were the belief systems that you had that helped you make, or start an alternative career?
Hmm. Okay, somewhere
What
it
did you
started
believe
that,
about yourself?
like many of us, I told you whether I will get respect from my family was a question, but I said it's okay, fine. But no one questioned me at home about my income or anything. But I felt, if I can earn that much, my mentor showed me the dream. Till then, I was okay with my life. Retired, happy. This is why I came out of the bank to enjoy my life, to indulge in my hobbies, to just enjoy my life, travel wherever I want. I did a lot of travels. But he, jagaya much me, like he set up this dream for me when he invited, you can be a healer, come. I'm a spiritual person. It is about next level of spirituality to me. And his word, what he said, the abundance that's stuck with me. It's not about being satisfied with what is there. Aim for abundance. Abundance is unlimited. It is not just my prosperity. I have to be rich. I was already rich, thank God. But kuch aur hai. That sense he put in me, my mentor. So it made me like go and sign up for his further course, and there's no stopping till now. I think we meet certain persons in our life who, when they say something, it is so powerful. It is what you're waiting for, like message from God. How does it come? It doesn't come drop from the sky. Someone in a human form, or some message you read, some phone call you receive, it comes like that. So maybe it was meant for me when he said abundance. That word really resonated with me. Okay, Veena, why are you stopping yourself? You have
Hmm.
the capacity, capability, intelligence God has given you, and it had a spiritual bent. One of
Hmm.
the retreats, my mentor took us to Kurg. Morning, we were having breakfast. Then only me and Dr. Priyank were talking. And I told him, Priyankji, thank you so much. This was what I visualized when I was in the bank, that all spiritual persons will be together, we'll all meet. Morning to evening, we'll only be talking about prayers and all this spirituality. Exactly as I had visualized. Now I talk about law of attraction, manifestation, all that. I'd actually visualized this many, many years ago. I could see it happening when I was there. Like I am feeling goosebumps even now. Whatever I had visualized, it's happening one by one. So never stop dreaming. It may be
Hmm.
about a house, about your children. I sincerely tell everyone, never, you should not lose hope in your dream, no matter how much ever others don't believe you. As long as you believe, it will happen. So that is how there was no conscious thought, Kavita, but spirituality was one which has connected everything for me. And also, I can also tell you, in the bank, I was the de facto mentor. Like people used to look up to me for advice, guidance, professional, personal, family matters, anything and everything. Veena, tell us, please tell us what to do, how we can deal with this. Everyone had that one-to-one connection with me, just to come and confide. People would feel like talking and sharing their problems, and they used to look up to me for helping them with their decisions. Now I realize, then I thought, अरे सब लोग मुझसे क्यों पूछते हैं? But it was like my role wherever I went. As I told you, I was not in one particular office for a long time that I built this
Correct.
trust.
You had many places. Yeah.
Every 3 4 years, new branch, new people, but somehow people believed in me. They came to me. Maybe I was attracting them with those vibes. Now when I look back, I realize I've always been in that mentor, that protective role. Even now I feel very protective about my moms, my clients. I call them as my moms because I'm a mom's coach. So I started as a parenting coach. Dad, I started with children, then went to parents, then dads, moms were there. Then I found out I connect more with moms, because I am myself a mom, had all these problems in parenting, and as a wife, mother, so many roles were there. So all this, my own experience made me connect more with moms. And then one more phase happened from parenting to healing. All the moms in parenting, they started to tell me, Veena, we like your meditations, we like your healings. Of all the things I did, I gave a lot of parenting advice, many things I shared with them which will help them in their life. But most of them started to give me feedback. We love your guided meditations, healings, and this healing helped me, that healing helped me. Mostly it was about healing. Then I thought, okay, let me, move into this niche. Mom's coach, life coach, healer. If you have parenting issues, yes, I am there. If you want healings, I am there. So there are believers. So according to their belief, because spirituality is a big topic and we are all students. हम लोग छोटे
Hmm.
छोटे dot है. And whenever I do healing, I always give credit to my gurus, and whatever healing I do, it is just passing through me. Energy is coming and you're taking it. That's it. I cannot create anything. It is the universe, divine source, which gives. So with this humility, you asked about the qualities. I can say humility was always there in me as a trait, as a,
Hmm.
it's like inbuilt in the family. My mom, dad always taught me to be humble. These things are actually a blessing now. When
Hmm.
you need lot of patience, Kavita, you were asking
True.
about coaching, the qualities needed. So you need lot of patience as a coach, because clients would be in their own problems. You
Hmm.
cannot be arrogant, or मेरे प्रोफेशन में तो खड़क भी नहीं हो सकते कि बी वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट एंड रिजिड. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड देयर इमोशनल प्रॉब्लम्स. So all these qualities are helping me. One thing which was a challenge was the technical aspect, because I
Hmm.
felt stuck sometimes. Even now I need some help, I ask for help. So because I am not so tech savvy, but whatever needed I have learned. If I get stuck, I have made my own network where I'll reach out and people will help me. So that is how
That's
I transitioned. It was not easy. Still, I'm growing. Today also, I can't say I'm a successful coach. As a banker, also, I never stopped. I never stopped at one success. So keep searching, and like you heard my story till now, next step will open up. It will open up by itself.
true. And So apart from the technical challenges, do you any other things that come to your mind, like uh, anything in your immediate surroundings, environment? Were there any blockers somewhere, or uh, yeah?
Yes. Um, there were huge challenges. I thought, like मेरा income नहीं रहेगा तो शायद family will not support me, they'll not respect me. That inhibition was there in my mind, but it was the other way. When I started doing this, when I started earning, mainly my husband, he started to question my choice of becoming a coach,
Mm-hmm.
because he felt, if you really wanted, he thought it was for money. He didn't understand my passion or my inner yearning.
Mm-hmm.
He said, why didn't you continue in the bank? That was a more dignified job. Here you are calling people, come by. And I did those workshops for children as to carry my sound healing equipment. My leg was still recovering from the fracture. I had to climb the staircase. Once I took my son, Ashu, you come with me because I can't carry that. There's no lift. I'm not sure whether there's an elevator. So my husband observed all this. Then he said, why are you struggling so much? And don't do this. Shut your laptop. All those. He's a little harsh in his attitude. He's a very caring, good person. But when he said something like, what happens in our equation as husband and wife, both of us are very egoistic. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't take it lightly whenever he says something, and it's the same at the other end. So every
Mm-hmm.
small thing turned into a big argument. I thought he is opposing this. My mom, in another way, she tried to stop me. She was over concerned about me. What is this? You have not eaten food. You're not sleeping on time all the time. You're busy even after retirement. So take rest. Even if she said nice words, it used to trigger me, and I used to fight with her. You all are not supportive. My son
Mm-hmm.
was most supportive, he still is. My sister is also very encouraging. In fact, I took a loan from my brother in law at the beginning of this my coaching journey, because the investment was huge and I wanted money which my husband would not give. So I asked my brother in law and I repaid. The financial part gradually improved. But initial 2 3 years, this constant tension was there at home.
Mm-hmm.
Even I could never speak out loudly, thinking it will disturb them. This is home office. I'm sitting in my home,
True.
as if people were doing a favor to me, allowing me to sit here and do my sessions in between, go run to the kitchen. I'm a regular, typical homemaker, make
Mm-hmm.
food, take care of the house needs, spend time with family. That balancing fact, because I had this burden in my mind that they'll not like it, they're not liking it. It was very difficult initially.
Mm-hmm.
Gradually, when I started, one mistake I did was I was doing it very secretive. Like, I was not
Mm-hmm.
disclosing my income, I was not telling what work I'm doing. So they
Mm-hmm.
generally knew, so that support was not coming. But still they were supporting. Now I realize, at that time I was blaming everyone. See, you're not supporting, I want to do something. But gradually, somewhere, I also realized now everything is in balance. I share my feedback, testimonials. See, I'm helping so many mothers, and especially one of my cousins. She took her own life. Her name is Deepa. She committed suicide. After that, I was very much affected. This happened in 2020. I was already a coach. I felt guilty and I felt responsible, Kavita. I don't know why I mean, still today, I feel she would have called me. She knew I was coaching already. Why didn't she call me? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it could have saved her from taking such a drastic decision. But she didn't call. She didn't tell what her problem was. So my resolve became even more stronger that no one should suffer like this, feeling alone. One phone call, one help can save them, one guidance, one clarity if they get. If my sister was living today, how much she could have achieved. When I was a banker, I didn't know my capacity that I would be helping many others like this sitting at my home. My sister would have achieved much more. So no lady, no person should ever feel that my life has ended. So that gave me even more strong reason and commitment to do what I'm doing. After that, maybe I started opening up with my family. I started to share my successes. Even when I felt vulnerable, I started to share. So they connected with the work I'm doing. Now my daughter-in-law is there. My son has got married, and she's also a big support. Like, whenever I want to, I can delegate to just take care. I'm here. So if I just tell my son, even my son is a good cook, good home manager, They're very supportive. Maybe earlier I was also not seeing their support. Now I understand my husband also, he does things like in his own way. He manages everything while I'm sitting here. Even if someone rings the bell, it is not my duty to open the door, like people will
Mhm.
take care. That comfort I have, but I had to earn that comfort or that understanding from the family. Initially, I was also resistant, but gradually now they all know, okay, she's not going to stop. A lady, a woman, when she decides what she wants and she just progresses on her path, no one can stop her. That is what happened. So this is one tension, and also I want to share the financial tensions which happen
Mhm.
initially. Small trickle of income. Like I told you, when children's workshop happened, I was putting my money. Initially, when I started parenting, also more money goes out, and
Mhm.
this I discussed with my mentors. So just one example, my mentor told, okay, how much have you spent for your son for his education? He went to UK for his masters,
Mhm.
around 35-40 lakhs we spent. Okay, how much is he earning now? Okay, now he's getting monthly salary. All that lump sum investment, it doesn't come in even 6 months or 1 year, right? So this is the input or insight I got. Okay, this business is also like a baby. We are investing gradually. Now I'm in a comfortable space. Initially, it was not like that. So that is why I felt very touchy, very triggered when they questioned, you were getting
Mhm.
salary in the bank, what are you doing? Already I have my own self doubts and fears. It was like triggering that fear.
Correct.
So it takes time. It takes time. So the financial part was a challenge, but I overcame it because I'm still in the journey. This is one secret I can tell anyone, any career, particularly to coaches, like never give up. Have that cushion backup of the finance to invest, and also to, if it's a means of livelihood, suddenly it will not earn income. So
Mhm.
make some provision for that and just take the leap. And as long as you sustain, it will click gradually. You will build up your clients community and it will happen.
And just for anybody to get a say practical picture in your journey, like how much did you think that time was still you could get maybe a decent source of income from your coaching?
First 2 years I think I had to work lots of work I did on my self belief. Like again there was one money mindset problem. I was not okay to ask for money
True.
in bank as to recover loans. Okay, then I started laughing about it. If some mom had to pay the installment as to go behind her, like follow up for recovery, I was a banker, like. And I had one money mindset issue from my childhood. Asking for money was a problem. So me being a healer and working with coaches who are healers like my mentors, so I had to overcome lot of doubts and I had to actually let go. You asked what qualities from banker days helped you now. There were some qualities I had to let go, which did not help me here because it was
Hmm.
not matching the mentality. So, like I said, I'm not no longer a recovery officer. So, इतना profit का ही सोचोगे तो business नहीं बढ़ेगा because there were losses initially. So by first 2 years, third year, it started clicking. By that
Okay.
time, I was also clear what I wanted to do. 2022, I transitioned to this healing. Now I am at peace. Parenting was the need of the hour during the pandemic. So
Correct.
then many parents came and it was a genuine issue, and I really did well there also. But finally, when I came to healing, I am at peace. I'm feeling what I wanted to do, I'm doing. So,
Hmm.
like during parenting, I could not relate to some moms. My kid is 4 years old, 2 years old, 7 years old. I could generally advise, but I built a community where moms were advising themselves because my kid was grown up. थोड़ा
Okay.
distant हो गया ना. My kid had
Hmm.
grown up. I could give an advice, but my perspective was different. So that way, it is best that I transition after second year. From third year, I'm very comfortable. First break even happened, then now money is coming in. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice to hear. So, okay, mostly we have covered up your journey and the way
Shall I
systematically
add something else? Shall I add something else which I
yes,
remembered right now?
definitely.
See, there is some blind spots, Kavita. I am a banker. I'm supposed to handle my finances well.
Hmm.
Exactly the reports I was asking sitting on this side of the table as to talk to businessmen. I was in SME loans business. I was an expert in that as to get projections, balance sheet, all the ratios I used to study. but I'm not able to merge the banker into this business person. On the other side, I was neglecting my figures, my statements. I never used to look at them, taking it very lightly. Then at one end, my mentor, he's Rahul George, he's our common mentor, Kavita's and mine. He really brought me on track. He said, track your expenses, track your what you are investing, track your earnings. Then I got a clear picture. And one fine day, my husband told me, I was considering him on the other side. He is never supportive. But one fine day, he said, how much money do you have in your account? At that time, 40, 50,000 was there in my current account. Then he said, only so much. You have invested so much and only so much savings. And I said, no, no, I'm investing for this tools, website, and with my coaches, and I'm investing. But what have you saved? Don't you need some cushion backup for your business? If you are spending all that you earn, why are you doing this?
Hmm.
In bank, you were earning salary and you were a banker. You are a banker. You know the importance of savings and investments, but you are spending everything. There's no balance. So the way he said it, by then I had also softened up. Like I was not
Hmm.
treating him as the as an enemy or anything. Otherwise, I would said, no, don't interfere in my business. I know what I'm doing. I used to talk like that initially. I was very arrogant. It triggered me. If he spoke about my business, I used to get triggered. But recently, he told me, like 2 years back, I think. Then he told me, why don't you save and all that. Then I realized, okay, it makes sense. Then I took control. One side, my mentor told me, other side, my husband was constantly advising me. So then I took control of my finances. I went to this MMI. It's a program by Success Gyan where I
Yeah.
learned actually, even as a banker, when I read the book, The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harvekar. It's a wonderful
Hmm.
book, how to manage your money. All these years as a banker, it was like different perspective. Now this book and the training is also based on this book. It's called Millionaire Mind
Million.
Intensive. So I went to that, then my perspective changed. So now I'm in balance. Okay, itna spend karna hai, itna invest karna hai. So all that I got my balance back. So that's how things changed.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for sharing. This is such an important point because once we start, we never know, where the money is going or where we are investing. We are
Yeah.
thinking about the future, but then this is also important. Okay, so I was going to ask you that if somebody would come to you today and say, "Okay, I want to do this. Like I want to leave my job, and I want to get into coaching space. So, what learnings would you transfer to me so that my journey would be easier?"
Right. So everyone has some talent, passion. Let's take one simple example. You are a baker. Okay, you'll be doing it for your own happiness. Would be baking cakes. Then your family will love it. Then you'll just make cakes for your family, friends, relatives. Then you develop that passion. So
Hmm.
any passion which you're doing from your heart, only that you should be choosing as a coaching niche. We call it as niche. The which exactly you will choose as a subject topic for your coaching should be something you really love to do.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if you think, okay, इसमें ज़्यादा पैसा है या दूसरे कोई कर रहे, someone else is doing and they are successful, let me also follow that, it may not click.
True.
Someone is technically well versed. I know one person is into this AI, artificial intelligence. It's the hot topic and he's earning well also. That doesn't mean everyone can do it. Someone else is a career counselor, for example. If you are a HR in your career, so your expertise is in that and you really love that, so when you come out of your job you can use the same niche as your passion, which you'll convert into a coaching business. So this is foremost requirement. Don't follow anyone. Be true to yourself. At least in the job, maybe you have to make some compromises, but when you're on your own, you get to select what you want to do. So foremost, first and foremost, take all the time you need to identify what you are good at. That ikigai ka table hota hai na,
Hmm.
what you are passionate about, what earns you money, what people love to pay for. So just go to that and decide what you want to do, and you can transition. I've told my own example. All the topics were close to me, but now I have reached this healing. I don't know another 3 years later what I'll go into, but everything whatever I've done, my heart has been connected to it. Like I'm doing it very passionately, so it doesn't seem like so much of work. So choosing the right topic is very important. After the training, any job holder, after quitting the job, I will join some courses, I will upskill myself. Please do not assume that you can do that along with your job, because I was not sure what I'll do, I just quit and then I started. But if you have a conscious thought of doing something else while being in your job, do it on the weekends, take sessions. Now everything is online, all kinds of training is available online. So first choose your niche, find the right mentors, take their trainings, and do the work whatever they ask you to implement. The secret is not in taking the trainings. Initially I did that mistake. More I invest, more I will grow. But even it may be 99 rupees course, but unless you implement, you will not get anything. So implementation, so take your time. If not 6 months, take 1 year. Make a plan, alternative plan after you quit, what you will transition into, and put the work, implement it while you are in the job. In the meanwhile, make some savings, keep it aside, because you need for investment, and also if it's a means of livelihood, you will need to
Sustenance.
run your family expenses. So make a financial plan. Like I told you, my financial plan, I made that Excel file. So if you are wanting to transition also, you need to have that plan. What are your commitments, EMIs, and how old your children are, if you have old parents dependent on you, or if maybe your spouse has a stable income, then you have to take them into confidence so that they can sustain while you are experimenting with your new business. A new business is like a new child. You have to plan and nurture it. So don't be hasty, take it step by step is my suggestion.
Thank you. This is so important. First thing that you said, okay, don't compare that others are earning money in this thing, so I will do it. Rather,
Yeah.
you see your strengths and weakness and you do it. Have a
Yes.
plan. You need not quit to start to learn something, but you can learn along with your job. That is
Yes.
one very important thing that you shared. And yes, and to have a plan, at least for the next 2 years, I feel, that
Yes.
till you start earning from this, it been, and I feel people tend to forget, that it is not like you leave and start and the first month you're going to earn equal to what your salary was. It never happens like that.
Never
This is
happens.
also a
Yeah.
journey,
Hmm.
because we tend to forget that for that particular job and for that many years of experience, we have put in so many years. But when it comes to the new thing, somehow I don't know, we
Correct.
have that block where we think कि हमने छोड़
Correct.
दिया इस पे invest किया, so we should
Hmm.
start earning like within the next day some lakhs will pour, I don't know from where. But
Hmm.
many people tend to have this misconception. Even this is a career, this is a journey.
It's a career.
And so
Hmm.
I feel that mindset has to be there, a mindset of progressing
Correct.
slowly. And for
Hmm.
these, whatever Veena ji just said about all the way you have to plan, the way you have to think, I feel that that was
Hmm.
a very important
Yes.
things that you have highlighted. And thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.
um,
It was wonderful talking to you. All my flashback came to me.
yeah, so yeah, and the purpose, for which the second inning podcast was started,
Yeah.
I somehow, with your interview, it was like a whole package. Everything just came through for
Wow.
whoever wants to, make that decision. And thank you, Veena. Thank you
I
so
would just
much for
like to
having
add,
this.
because you mentioned mindset to accept failures, to face rejections, and someone said we are in the business of building trust and connection. We may think I'm teaching something and I'm earning money, but because Kavita, you mentioned that 1 2 years to earn the real money, it is all about building connection and trust. Overnight नहीं होता ना, एक week एक महीना में you have to actually get connected to people, and then they trust you, then they learn something, then you'll get testimonials, they will bring in more clients. When you do it from your heart with not minding the initial setbacks or failures, that becomes very very important. You brought out that mindset, no? So I remembered, huh, this is also important mindset. Preparation to be a coach or even any other career, transition takes some time, right?
Yes. Yeah. And thank you for summarizing it so beautifully. And thank you, Veena. Let's
Thank you
talk
all. Thank
again
you so
if
much. Love you, Kavita. Thank you for calling me. Thank you.
thank you.
Bye
And
bye.
if anything more comes up, I'll reach out to you again and we can have
Definitely.
another discussion. ठीक है.
Definitely,
Thank you so much.
definitely. It was a pleasure talking to you and reaching out to anyone already in a career or thinking of transition. I just gave my personal experiences, I would say. Thank you so much, Kavita.
You
You're
know,
doing a
and
great job.
yeah, and just because you mentioned this, that it's a personal experience, the thing is, with the conventional jobs, conventional education, there is a path, okay, set by so many people that have taken that route. But for this, when we are transitioning, when we are changing into a new job or new, new profile, usually the path is not very set, especially with healing coaching and all that. It's a very new,
Yes,
kind of a
correct.
very nascent field, and there is no set path. Everybody goes through it, uh, as in, however their journey takes them. So that is why it's very important for us to find out uh, individual journeys and take what is important for us.
Yes, have mentors. Mentors always guide you because हम लोग भटक जाते हैं. Then there will be someone to watch over us. That has always helped me.
Yeah. Chalo. Bye. Thank you, Veena.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.